All the people that walk into your life, not all of them are meant to stay there. They're just there to give their piece for that point of your life, and then they're gone. Like that. Just like that. What do you call like an orange juice and sweet tea mixture? You know, it's not like a Arnold Palmer, you know what I'm saying, like a lemonade type thing, but it is good. So we got these Kodiak protein pancakes, right? Never had them before, like the pre-made ones. So we gonna try them. We got chocolate chip. We get some bacon. Okay, hold on. These are a lot better than I thought. That grittiness that comes with like a lot of protein foods, it's hard for me to get around. Like, especially like protein bars and stuff. That grittiness really puts me off. For what it's worth, I got 8. This advice can go towards anybody, whatever age bracket. A lot of you who watch my videos are in your early 20s. I can look at my analytics and it shows me the age gaps. More than 60% of my audience is below the age of like 25. So the things that I'm telling you are the things that I have learned around the age of 25 and after. And these are the things that I kind of wish I knew earlier on. I probably had a little bit of an inkling of these thoughts, but I just never executed them the way that I should have, if that makes sense. So always remember, the 5 closest people that you keep to you, that is the sum of who you are. Just keep that in mind. The people who you surround yourself with is who you may become. And this is even more important the younger you are, because everyone around you is a product of their environment. Whenever I was growing up in New Orleans, Louisiana, as a child, I was going to a predominantly all black school. There's about 500 students that went to this school, and probably 10 were of other races. So white, Mexican, Asian. I was pretty much a little bit of that, being mixed race. So after Hurricane Katrina, moved over to Florida, and I was going to a predominantly white school. So seeing the contrast between the two, from going from an all black to an all white school, pretty much, it was actually insane. Whenever I was in New Orleans, Louisiana, I felt a lot safer, and people were just a little bit more understanding. There was more community. But whenever I moved over to the all white school, pretty much, that was the most racist, that was the most separation of color that I've ever seen. And you ask yourself, but why? It's like I went to an all black school, pretty much, being a mixed race kid, and I still felt like I fit in. Even the white people that were going to that school felt like they fit in, because they would come up to me a little bit and they would still hang out and chill with me. You know, this one white girl named Kristen. She was cool. She ain't never had no problems. She told me she liked being at the school. Then I moved over to Pensacola, and then there's just such a divide. Like, there were just cliques, and I don't know if it's just because you get older, and at the time I was in middle school, so people start forming different bodies of their own sub-communities. But still, like it stands, the people that you surround yourself with, that is who you end up becoming.
As for high school was just like a prestige lobby from Call of Duty 4 that definitely was pretty racist. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie, I was definitely one that participated in it, just like how any other kid would, but sometimes you gotta grow up out of that. And a lot of people, they just don't, or they choose not to grow up. So here's a question that I would ask myself, right? Am I racist? While I may have racist thoughts, I would say at this point in my life, I'm more pro-black, pro any other person of color, just because of the way you see society has shaped everybody into thinking that they have to be white. Whenever anyone comes into the US or any other country, like if you were to go to Japan, you would have to assimilate to their culture. So unfortunately, whenever you come to the US, you have to assimilate into a white culture. So that brings people to believe that they have to have this sort of whiteness to be accepted, right? And then one big thing about black people is that black people have just never been accepted into society, right? So we just kind of gave up trying to be accepted and just paved our own way. But we've always been suppressed in anything that we've tried to do for ourselves, even building our own communities, building our own stock market. You've heard about Black Wall Street, what has been done to that. So whenever I see people who have these indoctrinated views or act in a way that doesn't align with my views, it's not that I cut them off, right? I just do my best to stay away from that type of mindset so it doesn't poison my own way of thinking. We have a way of being in groups and then feeling like you have to conform to the group. You know what I'm saying? Just in order to fit in. Otherwise, you just get ostracized anyway. So, as much as anybody will deny, we've been told how to behave before we were even born. Everything has been already laid out for us to go ahead and follow a path that was already predetermined. We weren't supposed to approach society as being in a rat race. Go to school for the first 20 years of your life, even more, just to be put into the rat race to where you just become a wage slave. That isn't the life that you were supposed to live at all. Do you trust your government? You shouldn't trust any government power. And if you're someone who believes that they lean in a left or in a right way, Republican, Democrat, Independent, whichever way that you lean, you're already wrong. I've always struggled in feeling that I had to pick a side, but then I found out that both of those ways of thinking are flawed. That's just not the way that I feel like you're supposed to be human. There's a saying that goes and remains true as ever, and it's only God can judge me. So why are we stuck on worrying about other people's judgments on us whenever their word means nothing except for His? All the decisions that you make from this point on is what makes you and what shapes you. And then whenever you leave this world and you're up there to meet the creator of everything, you're gonna have to explain yourself to Him and all the things that you've done, all the things that you haven't done, and you're gonna have to deal with that. And no one's gonna be there to save you. It's either you're gonna go up or you're gonna go down. You have no idea how many times I've met someone and you feel the genuine need to give them nothing but positivity and good energy. And then they'll take that energy and use it to fuel their own hatred for you. Now, I've seen a lot of black colleges, HBCUs, who love and bring in anybody of any different race. But all the time, I always see, so many times, I see other communities, whether it be white, Asian, Mexican, they always turn their back on black communities. I'm not sitting here saying that black people are perfect. And I'm not saying that we're victims. I've even had to undo programming from my own family, right? And I mean my father. My father is someone who doesn't agree with white people, and he can say as much as he wants. Me, I believe he's racist towards white people. People will argue that black people can't be racist towards white people just because of all the things that white people have done. But me, I've had to always undo all the things that he's shown me. While I've had a lot of racist things done to me because of white people, and a lot of other races have followed suit because they've always wanted to brown nose and kiss ass of white people just so they can be accepted by them. My father once told me when I was younger, you cannot do the things that everybody else can do just because of the color of your skin. And I remember I stopped, looked at him, and I told him, is that you cannot tell me the things that I can and can't do. The only person, the only being that can tell me what I can and can't do is the man upstairs. Nobody else. That's the way that you should be moving. And I've always felt that whenever you hang out or whenever you're around an individual, when it's just one-on-one, their walls are down and you can actually see who they are. Because whenever you're with a group of people, they end up putting on this mask and they conform to everybody, trying to please everyone, thinking that they could be accepted by another group. But the reality of it is, that's never gonna happen. So even in those moments, I'll just play stupid. I'll just pretend, play pretend. You put a fake smile on, that's it. Just to maintain my peace, I'll just let people just say the things that they wanna say. Like they'll even come up to me and just be like, what's up, nigga? And they're not even black. And I'll just be like, I'm not gonna be the one that's gonna police their language or the things that they say. Yeah, I can voice my opinion and say, you shouldn't be saying that, that's wrong, why are you talking that way? I don't feel comfortable that way. They're gonna do it regardless. They're gonna be singing in the shower, they're gonna be singing rap lyrics saying nigga in the car. This person didn't like me saying nigga, well, I'm all by myself, I'll say it anyway. There are people who are just gonna do whatever they want just because you tell them not to do it. It is what it is. Those are the type of people you don't want around you. Focus on the people who have always been there for you, but make sure that you're always taking care of yourself above anything else, because no one's gonna save you. You only have one life. Tomorrow doesn't matter. Focus on today. Everything that happened yesterday, you can't do anything about it.